Hello, everyone. Welcome to Action Theater. Today we are doing the feature Enemy Mine, starring the late Luke Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid. This film was from 1988, and the synopsis reads like this. During a war between humans and the reptilian Drac race, a spaceship pilot, Willis Stowledge Dennis Quaid, ends up stranded on an alien world with an enemy fighter, I can't even pronounce it. Sith and Luke Gossett Jr.
Uh, Chiriba Shigan, I believe was the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, both Will's his Drac counterpart can breathe on the planet and the environment, and its creatures are already relatively hostile, forcing the two to work together as they survive as time goes on. By Willis Gerba become unlikely friends, and through their unique relationship, considerable challenges. The release date was December 20th, 1985. Whoa, I had the year off. Oh. So, yeah, we have the. As you know, we can't show as much as we'd like to. We can't show these here on YouTube due to copyright law and the guidelines of YouTube. Yeah, sadly, we lost Lou Gossett last Friday. Have you have anything you'd like to say, deleted?
When I saw this movie first run in theaters back in the day, it will be very reminiscent, at least in the first part of the film, of Hell in the Pacific, which was a war film. Lee Marvin and Toshiro Mifune has kind of a similar plot line. Two men or enemies are, stranded together, forced to kind of work together to survive. But this movie kind of goes off very much into its own direction. And I don't really want to give anything more away than that for those of you who maybe have not seen it. I do want to reiterate, because this has been brought up to me recently in the comments. No, we cannot show these movies live due to copyright. As much as we would like to, you will have to either follow along with us live on Cosme or with your own personal copy, or with a.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's on streaming somewhere as well. So, yeah. And early 80s film. Dennis Quaid, of course, our man of the hour, so to speak, Luke Gossett Jr. May he rest in peace. This is one of the early films I saw him in. I was aware of An Officer and a Gentleman, but was at that point, because I was still a little young, wasn't allowed to see it. But I was aware of him through this movie, Roots, Iron Goes the next year, Jaws 3. So those were the movies I, came to know him from. So, yeah.
All right. So follow us over to the screening room, and we will start the film. Okay, here we go. I'll give you a little countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Of course, Wolfgang Peterson, director of Das Boot, Neverending Story, In the Line of Fire, Air Force One, among many others.
He's ejected and
Mm.
hello, Tim Stock. This is a really creepy alien. This film did a
Mhm.
really good job at making this alien world
Mhm.
feel so desolate and just altogether creepy. It's like not a place you'd want to be stranded in.
And of course, he gets his first look at a Drakus, as we do.
That's another thing about this film. The makeup job. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine he had to sit in the makeup chair for hours to get this all attached to him. But brilliant, brilliant makeup job.
Yeah.
This planet certainly has a beautiful nighttime sky.
Mm. Left his weapon behind here. Well,
I bet that stings.
yeah, I don't think you want that food.
We are 17 minutes, 31 seconds into the film. It's it's still wiggling.
Yeah.
I love that. It's still wiggling. Lady V. Well, it's some kind of insect, I gather. It's an alien slug. Uh, and now we get a meteor shower.
Well, look out. Incoming. I didn't bring it up earlier. The actor who was playing Will's co-pilot looked familiar. That was Lance Kerwin, who you might remember from uh, the original Toby Hooper adaptation of Salem's Lot. And was famous for a series called James the 16th.
So Jerry, as Willis comes to call him, makes him carry all the gear. By enough talk, it means he's got to do all the work. Shit. Not solid. Boy, it's a really good thing you didn't stop to sleep. Yeah, that thing's solid as a rock. Ooh. Yes, when this movie came out, Mickey Mouse actually meant something with value. Not so much today, though, huh? Hey, turtles aren't supposed to be fast. They're supposed to be slow. It's one fast turtle.
I'm pretty sure this is the never-ending story universe. This has gone wrong. Trail shot.
Oh, his first big mistake. That usually means there's a void or a weird alien creature.
And of course, here's the tentacle creature that everyone usually remembers. Kind of a mini Sarlacc.
Well, this one's nasty looking, though.
Yeah, good point.
No, it's okay. You can say that about Mickey Mouse today. Here's where we find out the word side effect of the meteor shower. Hello, Tim. FHKC 2005. Rickum. Rickum. Our time stamp is 47:24. Pepsi Cola.
Yeah, I brought that up at the beginning, Tim, that it is reminiscent, at least in the first half of the movie, of Hell on the Pacific. Um, there was also an answer to that in the Cosme chat saying, no, it's actually California. Yeah.
Oh, here you have it. Mankind and what men do. The evil of men.
Yeah.
Scavengers
Mhm.
are like pirates. They just take what they need and then press on.
Well, Jerry's having some issues of his own. Now, I was like 11 or 12 watching this movie in the theaters, and I was like, what? Wait, what? And the father is Harvey Cthulhu. Yeah. Yes. Memories. And welcome back, Curtis. Glad to have you. Um, timestamp, Bill?
Yeah. 5440. 5440.
So that'd be an interesting episode of Murray Povich. Yeah. Yeah, brother of that tentacle creature you killed. What? Oh, here we go. Actually, Curtis, we were originally going to do the beekeeper, and we
Yeah.
pushed that back to next week.
Yeah.
But this is one I think we would have gotten to eventually in any case. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe if you can talk Bill into it. If you see Mitchell uncut, it actually makes a lot more sense. Only if there are spare ribs. Yeah.
Zombies. I mean, Hello, CLS Studio. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, CLS Studio.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. He's making Willis make a promise. Sad moment, but also a miracle of life. Hey, Big Al. Good to see you.
Hello, Big Al. Yes, I'm sure everybody thought of that.
Yes, the evil men have arrived back on the planet.
Mhm.
They're bad human. They're evil human. Our timestamp is 1 hour, 18 minutes, 23 seconds. A little bit slower. They don't move.
So the Houston Oilers are around in this timeline. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't normally get to eat the football. Oh shit. Curiosity.
And of course, here's Brian James as the Kendall lead scavenger.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he still thinks he's playing his Blade Runner character a little bit here, too. Ah, there you go. Thunk. Oh,
It's
toodles.
amazing in this feature that you are still using a shotgun.
And now we leave the planet, and we're back to the space station we started out on. Yes.
So humans also litter in space.
Message for you, sir. On the planet where you left them,
Yeah.
where you didn't bother to look for them, even though all you had to do was check the planet you were flying over.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been fun.
Get out of the way.
Right. Dang it, Nestor.
Asshole. Just being the asshole.
I'd like to introduce you to a little concept called explosive decompression. Okay.
That could be bode well bad for the whole space station. I do love how the spaceship represents something that came out of like the 60s or 50s. Buck no, not Buck Rogers, but Flash Gordon ish.
Yeah.
Curtis, the fighting truth of SpaceX factories.
How's the digging for unobtainium going there, guys? You sure James Cameron didn't have anything to do with this? Okay. Um, Ow.
Yep.
Mhm.
That ain't no rock. This is like a horror show.
Let's talk about 4-year lifespans.
If anybody who watched Loki's Morning Mischief, this was used as Mr. CCTV.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Well, there's no escaping that. Deriba. That's the name.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so hard to pronounce. Shall we consult the scrolls?
Indeed. All right. Let me see. Enemy Mine was released December 20th, 1985. At an estimated budget of 40 million. Only grossed 12 million worldwide. Released through 20th Century Fox. There were 7 filming locations. Lanzarote, Canary Islands, Spain. Stage 9, Wolfgang Peterson Hall. Bavaria Studios, Bavaria Filmplatz 7, Geiselgasse, Grunwald, Bavaria, Germany. And I did the best I could on those names there. Timanfaya National Park, Timanfaya, Lanzarote, Canary Islands, Spain. And Vest Maniajar, Iceland. Although the footage that was shot there was not used.
I don't think so, Tim. I think they'll leave this one alone. This is one of their buried films.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's not theirs. They just bought the studio that made it.
Yeah. All right. There are 40 items, trivia items here. I'll try to go through some of these pretty quickly here. All right. Louis Gossett Jr. said in a television interview that he had talked while gargling saliva as a kid, as one of those kid things. He told director Wolfgang Peterson that he thought it would add a good touch to his character. Gossett performed the odd vocalizations all by himself, no prosthetics or post-production effects, and often does the Drac voice at convention appearances. The whole film was originally to be shot in Vestmannaeyjar, Iceland, but original director Richard Loncrain and the producers ran into quote-unquote creative differences, and the project was shut down. Wolfgang Peterson took over and reshot the entire film, with the production moving to Munich. The outside scenes, all the volcanic and lava landscapes and the Green Lake, were shot in Lanzarote, one of the Canary Islands off the coast of Morocco, at the Montañas del Fuego National Park. The rest was filmed at Bavaria Film Studios in Munich, West Germany. A few of the sets are still part of their studio tour. Author Barry Longear reported at a convention that the studio insisted on adding a subplot involving a mine, thinking the audience would not realize that the mine in the title was possessive, as in my enemy, rather than an object. During the opening battle sequence, the computer screen inside the Drac ship is actually displaying the structure of a protein. Terry Gilliam was offered the chance to direct, but turned it down, preferring instead to develop his own project, which would eventually become Brazil. David Lynch was also one of the directors considered. The pond where Davidge and Sheegan meet for the first time is the same artificial pond custom built for the model submarine scenes in Das Boot, also directed by Wolfgang Peterson, as well as one or two scenes from the Never-Ending Story. To make a corridor look longer than it actually was, the crew created an optical illusion by putting a mirror in a 45-degree angle at the end of it. At the Bavaria Film Studios, where the movie was filmed, you can still take a guided tour around the set. The effect with the mirror was so good that one day a tour guide ran into the glass and broke it. Ow. And hello to Jacob
Jacob. Yeah.
All right. Author Barry Longear said that the Drax name, Jariba Sheegan, was meant to be a tribute to James Segita, who he would have liked to have seen as the Drac. And for those of you who maybe don't recall, James Segita was Mr. Takagi in the first Die Hard. Sorry about that. The screen jumped on me. I'll do a few more of these. The rubber-like Drac ration balls were made from green jello. According to Louis Gossett Jr., the Drac language was created from scratch. Much of it was Russian, pronounced in reverse. In the scene where Davidge and Jerry argue about their respective philosophers and Jerry calls Mickey Mouse a big dope, Dennis Quaid walks away with a noticeable smirk, making a snorting noise consistent with trying to stifle laughter. This was actually the only take where Quaid didn't burst out laughing after the Mickey Mouse line, and his reaction was kept in order to make it clear that the scene was intended to be comedic, and the bantering, while hostile, is meant to be friendly between the two. To answer your earlier question, Bill, it took 3 hours to do the makeup.
Yeah, well, it was very impressive. and just all together great.
Some scenes featuring Peter Jurasik was shot but not used. And of course, he was Londo Mollari on Babylon 5. All right. This was the film debut of Carolyn McCormick, who, of course, went on to be on Spencer for Hire and Law and Order. After firing original director Richard Loncraine, newly appointed 20th Century Fox production head and producer Lawrence Gordon greenlit the film again with Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr., but this time hiring Wolfgang Peterson as director. After taking over the project, Peterson decided not to use any of the footage that was already shot by Loncraine and decided to start from scratch by relocating the entire production and building new sets in his native West Germany, and also redesigned Gossett's alien costume and makeup to look more like Barry Longyear's character as it is described in his book. The film's original budget was only $17 million at the start of the production when Richard Loncraine was the director and production was set in Iceland. When he was fired from the project and Wolfgang Peterson took over the film and started over, the film's final budget, including Loncraine's scrapped footage, ballooned to over $40 million.
Still very low to today's standards.
Yeah. Some sets were reused to shoot the music video of TV Makes the Superstar by Modern Talking in 2003.
Never seen it.
No, me either. The film was released on DVD in New Zealand in July of 2016. I wonder why it took so long. The empty soft drink can that Davidge finds in the film is Pepsi. In the novel of the film by Barry B. Longyear and David Gerrold, the empty soft drink can is a Coca-Cola instead. After being in a state of management flux, 20th Century Fox's new studio head Barry Diller and new production executive Lawrence Gordon greenlit Commando, Big Trouble in Little China, and the soon-to-be hit sequels The Jewel of Denial and Aliens. They continued with the production of this film because they had Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. under costly contracts, for which the studio would have had to pay for even after aborting the film. The majority of the film, Wolfgang Peterson's version anyway, and post-production took place in West Germany, which also included the recording of Maurice Jarre's original score, which was also recorded in Munich. Tom Baker was the voiceover in the trailer in a 1986 rental VHS tape in the UK. The original novella, written by Barry Longyear, won the 1980 Hugo Award. Film critic Janet Maslin deemed this movie this season's Dune, the critically panned sci-fi of the previous year. Grace Jones was offered the role of Jariba Sheegan, but turned it down because she was busy shooting A View to a Kill. So they were actually considering going with a woman at one point.
Well,
okay. Well, the Houston Oilers was brought up in chat and is brought up here on IMDb Pro as well. During the scene where Davidge is playing American football with Amos, he refers to the Houston Oilers. Although this was the name of a real NFL team that existed when the film was made, in 1997, the Oilers moved from Houston to Nashville, Tennessee, to become the Tennessee Oilers for contractual reasons.
Tennessee Titans.
We're getting to that. Yeah. For contractual reasons, the name, logo, and colors could not be changed immediately. After 2 seasons under this name, the franchise was rebranded the Tennessee Titans, a new expansion team. The Houston Texans began playing in 2002, by the time this movie is set. in the late 21st century. The Houston Oilers name would have been hopelessly anachronistic. Okay, I'm going to do a few more here and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Among the original scenes from the scrapped version of the film was a longer finale, where Davidge returns Zamus to his home planet and is introduced to Joyba's parent, before the lengthy ceremony and the Holy Council takes place. The film takes place in between 2092 and 2095. When Davidge is rescued from firing 4 and brought to sickbay, his record shows he was declared missing in action and presumed dead July 11th, 2092, and then found on firing 4 September 6th, 2095. Although the film is rated PG-13 in America and PG in Australia and New Zealand, it was given the 15 rating in England due to the film's violence and gore. This includes a man being shot through the neck with an arrow, a man falling into a drill and being killed, and then another man finding his bloody severed ear, and a man shot in the back and fallen into molten steel. These scenes are arguably rather strong for a PG-rated film. All right.
Okay. And yes, next week we'll be doing The Beekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't set it up yet, but I am going to do Kung Fu Friday with a Kung Fu movie tomorrow with Bruce Lee in The Big Boss. Kung Fu Fridays return. Just a action variation theater, just Kung Fu. Kung Fu and martial arts films. Look for it. I'll set it up later. That and then karaoke Saturday and back here for Western Cinema Sunday with Shanghai Noon for Western Cinema on Sunday. Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. Hope you will join us for that. That's about all I have. Deleted scenes.
All right. I would like to thank everybody who joined us in the chat. Those of you who were joined us new on Cosme. I also want to say hello to everybody who joined us in the chat, including Curtis Selby, Mr. Angel, Lady V Elements, Don McDouglas, my first time seeing you, sir. I hope you enjoyed the show. Tim's Talk, JPRPH1, FK8C 2005, CLS Studio, Big Al Presents, and Jacob Ironside. And program note, I am going to be joining Big Al for this week's episode of Films with Friends, Saturday night at 10 p.m. And we are going to be watching Death Race 2000
cool.
with David Carradine and Sylvester Stallone.
Groovy.
All right, so let's see. I have a brand new episode of Unscripted coming up Sunday night at 8. It's going to be a little bit of a different show. It's going to be a short one. It's going to be a bit of a monologue. There's something. There's an incident that took place this week that I feel I need to speak out on, and it's kind of a serious subject, and I don't want to come off like I'm making light of it. So there's not going to be any Q&A or what's on my shelf segment. I'm just going to speak my mind and make my point and get out of there. Unscripted is the pregame show, so to speak, the Geeky Geezers over on Aged Boomers channel. That'll be at 9 p.m. And then, of course, at the 12:05 a.m. on the East Coast, 11:05 Central, will be the return of The Other Side of Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be freestyle. There's no set guests.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sending out some links, including possibly to a certain individual that is on the panel with me at the moment, who does not have to come on. This is completely voluntary.
Okay. Well,
you do not have to come on.
You want something like
you do not need to answer the link. I am not insisting.
Wow, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, let's see. Lady demanded. Yes. Let's see. Also, that gets us on over to Monday, which will be another episode of
Mystery
movie night.
Regal.
Yeah. And unfortunately, since Corner is going to be away, she's going to be seeing some family. So unfortunately, she's not going to be able to join me. However, I'll be there, and I'm going to review whatever the movie might be. And hello to a Fluff Chick and Cody Guy.
Yeah. Always great to see you guys.
Indeed. And then, of course, let's see, Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. will be live from Sparkwood and 21 with Aged Boomer Troy Pacelli and Netters Network. And we're going to be watching and discussing episode, I believe it's episode 15 of season 2 of Twin Peaks. And then, of course, I forgot. Well, you brought it up. Of course, Western Cinema Presents on Sunday at 4 p.m. Shanghai noon.
Yep.
And then, of course, rejoin us right back here, same bat time, same bat channel, and we will be watching The Beekeeper.
Yes.
With Jason Statham. Next week.
Yeah. Well, that in mind, I'll say my parting words. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Remember, be excellent to each other. Party on. And we can't wait to see you again on the next one. You have a great day, great evening, and we'll see you later, folks. Back to you, Deleted Scenes.
Yes, and to remind everyone, of course, if you are watching along with us live, you can join us on Cosme or with your own personal copy, should you have it. Digital works too. However, if we are not live, and you would be surprised how many people actually bring this up in the comments afterward. You will need your own personal copy in order to follow along, because as much as we would love to show these movies. We cannot afford being sued by the people who currently own this movie, which is Disney. So, Disney is probably not too happy about some of the shows I've done. And of late. Anywho, otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed the show. We will be back. If you are new to Bill's channel or mine, please feel free to subscribe. Hit the bell icon for notifications. Hit the like, share out the stream, and all that good stuff, and say hello in the comments. Question for you, Bill.
Yeah.
From Curtis.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I missed that one, Curtis. Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, I was.
But it's on my list of things to watch.
Also. Yeah. All right. All right, I'll wrap it up from HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night, take care, stay strong, because this is how we win. And Mikey's joining us right at the end. Mikey is going to be the guest tonight on Thursday Things over on Netters Network. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And right after that at 11:30 will be my weekend update program where I get to touch base with my subs, my new members, and basically be telling you everything I just spent the last 3 minutes telling you. So, all right.
Connie, the bird lady.
Connie Clear is here. Yes.
Good to see you, Connie.
All right.
All right. Say that tagline. They're all dying to hear it deleted.
Oh, again. Okay. Good night. Take care. Stay strong, because this is how we win.
Indeed. All right. We're out of here. Later, folks.